Good morning. Monday fun day. Today I am playing the role of super trucker. Got the HX 615 and a 30-ton tag trailer. I'm headed down to Williston to truck for the paving crew. Got a new truck driver starting this week. He gets his drug test tomorrow morning, and then we will be off to the races with two drivers again. But for now, I'm gonna handle it. I gotta stop by the truck dealer on the way down to Williston because the driver's side mirror glass that is held in with a clip decided to vacate the chat. And now looks like a funhouse mirror when you're trying to drive down the road. So we'll head down there, pick that up, put it in, go drop the trailer at Josh's job and figure out what they need for material. So let's get going. Here we are at the batch plant. You pull under these mixers and they drop in what you order. Tell them what you want. They mix it up, dump it. A lot of guys will back in here because they don't want the asphalt drippings on their hood. Usually, that's how I feel. And then you pull up. That is what I'm talking about. I should have backed under. Just dumped that load of asphalt. And it's a Monday. And you know it's a Monday because the 262 sprung a hydraulic leak and it's bad. And I now have to have somebody go move the 259 here so we can use it for this paving job. And our 3-ton roller, the new one, has a coolant leak. There's no coolant left in it. And there's also an exhaust leak. So, happy Monday to everybody. You want me to do that? Once you dump, you want me to do that? loaded out with the last load of fill. They've got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but they just finished this driveway. 262 is leaking oil, so we dropped it to 259 down as a backup, but ended up not needing it, so. Drop the roller off at the dealer. It's got a coolant leak and an exhaust leak. Got 79 hours on it. Time for a complete rebuild. Morning. Thursday morning. The day before Hurricane Debbie hits our neck of the woods and gives us another downpouring that'll screw everybody over. This is my chariot for the day. Everybody else is headed out. It's about 6:20. I wanted to start the video out by showing a truck instead of my ugly face. Yesterday somebody commented on one of our videos that I need to cut back on the carbs. I'm aware of that. So anyway, that was cute. But yeah, so I've got to clean the bed of this out real quick because it is covered in shit, and I've got to run asphalt today for the guys. We're doing a 100-ton job in Williston. They're wrapping up a little bit of drainage we had to do, and we're going to start hauling asphalt here shortly. So let's get started. I'm going to wash this bed out. Started working here yesterday afternoon. It's like a bunch of drainage and grading, and then paving, and then some more grading. So we got all of our drainage done. We had to put a 12 by 12 yard drain in the corner there. There's no gutters, so we're pitching everything into that. Everything's cut out, and then we brought that drain over, and then we built these ditches, daylighted that drain there, put some good deep ditches on each side of this. This is constantly washing away, that's why he's having it paved. So we put ditches in. All this ditch rock is dirty. It'll be like a blue when it's all done. Got it all graded, lined it with rock, put some check dams in, put that culvert in right there over to where David is, and got everything ready to be paved. So now we're going to run a 2-inch base course of type 2, which is 1.25 inch rock, and then we're going to come out here, pull all this out, and then grade basically up to where the Mini is. So it should look good. And no, we can't push a truck up this. It's steeper than it looks, and that 1560 will not push that tandem up that hill. God, when you see it done, you almost want to have your own place done. I'd like to do mine if they ever finish 15. They take any out of you already? Have you been dumping into the... Talk time. It's Saturday afternoon. Yesterday, Hurricane Debbie came through, dropped a couple inches of rain, so it wasn't too bad from a precipitation standpoint here. But what got us was the high winds. A lot of trees down all over the place in town. Didn't sound like anybody was injured. Sounded like there was a little fire in town from someone's generator or something at their house. But it was interesting. Last night I was sitting on the front porch. The power's been out since last night about 8, 9. Here we are Saturday afternoon, still out. I think it's been out, I don't know, whatever the math is, 15 hours, 16 hours. So I was sitting out on the porch last night watching the wind, and I could just hear cracking and crashing of giant trees along the river. Pretty freaky. But so we got a few jobs done this week. And what else did we do? I had a couple of them I didn't have time to film. Having to drive truck all week kind of takes care of any time I have to do some filming. But overall it was a good week. I was driving the old black truck, and it didn't break down, so that was always a positive. My truck that hit a deer is finally going in Monday to get the front end completely fixed. It's been a couple of months waiting for parts, so that'll be done, and that'll look less atrocious. But what else we got to talk about? So had a couple of flats this week with tires. Had a slow leak on the dump trailer, one of its tires, so right now we're running a spare. Just got this one fixed. And then one of the front tires on the service truck was really cupped really bad and was super loud, so had another tire put on. That wheel, we got to put that back on the truck. They certainly don't give away those 19.5s. I think the total bill was about $500. So, pretty nice weather today. Not too hot, which is good because the generator will not handle the air conditioners. So, hopefully it stays cool and gets even cooler when it's dark out tonight. Quite a collection of trailers sitting over here. Started out the season with that one. All of a sudden we've got 4. Chad did a couple drainage jobs this week, and he's starting a new one on Monday. And we've been having an awful time with DigSafe, waiting essentially weeks for them to come and check. And I'm getting tired of it. And the state keeps sending notifications to us saying as of whenever, this fall, winter, they're going to change the rule so that you have to wait 72 hours instead of 48 hours before you dig. Well, that doesn't matter because they don't come for 2 weeks anyway. So it doesn't really matter what happens until they can staff enough people to come mark things like they're supposed to. So I don't know. I don't know if people are complaining enough or what, but just seems to me that seems to me that doesn't really matter. But I think our biggest flaw we're dealing with right now as a business is returning 2 jobs because we screwed something up. I feel like a handful of times this year we have done a job, finished it and left, gotten paid, and then people call and complain that there's an issue with something, or we stained something with asphalt, or we didn't do something on the dirt side properly. That's probably the most annoying thing I'm dealing with right now. I would say that, if we've done 50 jobs so far this year, we've had to return to 5, maybe 6. But you're talking 10%. 10% of the time you're having to return. And honestly, I've only had one this year that was like the customer was just being a pain. The rest of them have been legit times where we have screwed up and need to return and fix something. And I know that's part of the business, but man, it is just annoying. It costs a lot of money, a lot of time, labor, and sometimes we've broken something that has to be replaced. That costs us money. That's the way it is. But I'd say right now, if we could eliminate that, things would be smooth sailing for us. And it's not even just paving, it's both sides. It's both the dirt and the paving sides where we have to return once in a while and fix stuff. Otherwise, things are pretty good. We've been turning out a lot of work, and we continue to turn out a lot of work. We still have some sales leads coming in because I'm really not convinced we're booked up on the paving side. So we'll continue to look at those jobs, but definitely from the dirt side, I've started to turn away multiple jobs. So, which I'm fine with. Nobody likes to turn down work, but I have got to. I want to make sure we get everything done that we've committed to. And you just never know. I think last year it snowed at the end of October, so that shut us down for a bit. And then it cleared off, and then we could work some more. And then it didn't snow much until January. And it certainly didn't freeze up. I mean, we really didn't have much cold weather last year. We had a stint of below zero that was maybe a couple days, and that was at night. There were no daytime below zeros, so that was kind of new for Vermont. And I think I'm almost pro global warming. I don't like winter, and I'm fine with these mild winters. And unfortunately, I need to make a decision in the next 3 weeks or so as to whether or not we're going to do any plowing this year. The only positive thing about plowing is people watch those videos. But when it comes to actually making money, there's not enough commercial work around here, which is where the money is. So, we would have to go elsewhere to other towns and bid to make a go of it with plowing. I'm really hoping we get enough work lined up for winter where we don't need to plow, because I would be perfectly fine with selling all of my stuff but one plow and one spreader just to maintain what we have around here for our own stuff, because I just don't get excited with plowing. The act of plowing is fantastic. It's fun. I don't mind it, but sometimes I feel like we're just struggling to break even when you plow. So that's kind of something that I would be happy with giving up. Right now we have 3 Fisher plows and 1 Polycaster. I would probably back down to 1 Fisher plow and sell the 2.5 yard Polycaster and get a 1.5 yard Polycaster and just stick it in the 3/4 ton gas truck and just leave that thing set up for plowing, and we could park it inside. But we have 3 weeks to figure that out. I think last year we probably made it $75,000 plowing. which I bet we net $5,000. So, you know, to own $35,000 worth of plowing equipment, it's just not worth it. But, you know, I might consider renting the wheeled skid steer to someone for the winter so they can use it for plowing a parking lot or something. I don't know. There's a lot of variables, a lot of opportunity if we're willing to travel a half an hour to the plow sites. We already have much of the commercial business around here, but that's only 8 accounts and they're very small. So we'll have to decide what we do there. But last week, I mentioned we had a new driver starting. He didn't. He took the job. He got signed up for payroll. We scheduled the drug test, and he canceled 2 days. And then I never heard from him again, and I wasn't going to beg him to come work for me. And then last night he texted and said that he didn't want the job. So I don't know what that meant, if he couldn't pass the drug test or what. But so I had an interview last night with a guy and hired him. He's only got a Class B, but it's better than nothing. And he might start this week. I'm not going to get excited until he actually shows up. So hopefully I'll be out from behind the driver's seat of the black truck soon, and I can continue to get caught up in the office and take some more video. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next week.